Bizimkilerle hep geldiğimiz yer burası.
The movie opens with Celine, a sweet young woman who grew up in a family that had been falling apart for years. Her parents divorced long ago, and she has never had a good relationship with her mother, Zeynep. No matter what Celine does, it's always wrong in her mother's eyes, from the way she dresses to the choices she makes in life. Basically, if Celine said the sky was blue, her mom would probably reply, "Take another look."
Ya ofisten beni aradılar. Da çekip gitmişsin. Ya biz hanımefendiye...
One day, Zeynep decides to sell the family's old summer house. Before the sale can happen, she asks Celine to go there and clear out everything left behind.
Senin hiç mi anıların yok? Gençliğim orada geçti der.
Even though it's painful, she agrees because the house holds so many precious childhood memories.
Böyleyim. Niye öyleyim acaba? Sen biliyorsun her şeyi çünkü.
When Celine arrives, the house has been abandoned for years and is covered in dust. Later that afternoon, she takes a walk along the beach to clear her mind. While wandering along the shore, she comes across a strange-looking stone and decides to bring it back with her. Movie logic really works differently. In real life, if you found a weird, mysterious rock on the beach, you'd probably leave it there. But nope, she brings it home, then acts completely shocked when her life suddenly starts changing.
Selin.
Not long after, Celine finds an old bottle of drink that's somehow still there. No one knows how many years it's been sitting around, but she drinks it anyway without giving it a second thought. After that, Celine plays some music and eventually falls asleep on the couch, while hugging an old photo of her mother when she was young. As she sleeps, the mysterious stone ends up resting directly on top of the photograph. When Celine wakes up the next morning, she's completely shocked. The house that was covered in dust the night before is now spotless, as if someone has been living there all along. Still trying to make sense of it, she suddenly hears someone outside calling for Zeynep.
Zeynep. Kusura bakma kızım, öyle bir anda görünce aniden. Aşağıdaki evin yeni kiracıları mısınız? Kızım.
The moment Celine steps outside, things become even stranger. The way people are dressed, the atmosphere, and even the cars driving by all feel completely different. It doesn't take long for her to realize the impossible. She has somehow traveled back in time to when her mother was still her age.
9 Ağustos 1996.
A few moments later, Celine comes face to face with a young Zeynep. Strangely enough, Zeynep immediately mistakes her for a pen pal from Paris. Imagine that. After knowing someone for barely 5 minutes, you're already inviting them into your house. Good thing this is a family movie and not a crime thriller.
Ne kadar değişmişsin. Paris'ten yazıştığım mektup arkadaşım vardı ya, Selin.
Hoş geldin Selin'cim.
Zeynep introduces Celine to her parents and warmly offers her a place to stay.
Hadi al arkadaşını da geçin kahvaltı.
Mis gibi de kokmuş.
Kıyafetlerin yok senin. Ama merak etme benim.
Kamil, gel. Gel.
She even lends Celine some of her clothes, since they're almost the exact same size. Seeing her mother's face up close, Celine finally realizes something she had never considered before. The strict, cold woman she had known all her life was once a cheerful, energetic girl with big dreams of her own. For the first time, Celine begins to understand that her mother wasn't always the person she had grown up resenting.
Kullanabilirsin. Kapıdayım. İşin bitince seslenirsin.
Allah'ım ne oluyor? Arafta mıyım?
The next day, Zeynep takes Celine to the beach to hang out with her friends.
Ya, bizimkilerle hep geldiğimiz yer burası.
There, Celine discovers a side of her mother she has never seen before. Young Zeynep is cheerful, outgoing, and even enjoys sharing a few beers with her friends. Selin is probably thinking, is this seriously my mom? The same woman who loses her mind in the future just because I wear the wrong outfit?
Hareket.
While chatting, Zeynep mentions that a guy named Khan has been trying to win her over. Hearing this leaves Selin completely confused because the man she knows as her father is Sinan. She tries describing her future dad as quiet and strict, but Zeynep laughs and says that personality sounds a lot more like her own mother.
Babam işinde falan buradakiler.
Nasıl?
Selin then opens up about how, in the future, her mother controls almost every decision she makes. Zeynep simply smiles, saying that while her own mother loves to nag, she's always been free to choose her own path.
Anneme bak be.
Hadi.
Curious, Selin quietly asks Zeynep's friends if they've ever heard of someone named Sinan. Oddly enough, none of them recognize the name. Before everyone heads home, they invite Selin to a barbecue party later that night.
Tamam anlaştık bendesiniz.
Hadi görüşürüz.
Back at the house, Zeynep asks her mother for permission to attend the party. As expected, the answer is an immediate no. But after Selin joins in and helps convince her, permission is finally granted. Turns out Selin's negotiation skills work better than the homeowner's own daughter.
Helal. Su iç.
Helal çocuğum. İyi misin çocuğum?
Kişiye daha soracağım, o kesin budur.
Tamam şu amcan çok konuş.
That evening, the barbecue is in full swing, and Selin is stunned once again when she hears Zeynep singing. Her voice is absolutely beautiful. Although she's studying law in college, Zeynep secretly dreams of becoming a singer. She has even auditioned for a music conservatory, despite her mother's strong disapproval. For the first time, Selin realizes that her mom once had dreams just as big as anyone else's.
Giden gitsin sen sakar aldırma. Giden
Not long afterward, a young man named Sinan arrives. The second Selin sees his face, she instantly recognizes him as her future father. As they start talking, Sinan offers to teach Zeynep how to drive. Seeing the perfect opportunity, Selin jumps into action. She deliberately pushes the two closer together and even gets them to dance. At this point, Selin isn't acting like a daughter anymore. She's basically running a dating app. From a distance, Khan can only watch with obvious jealousy. He's already giving off the energy of an ex who can't move on, even though they haven't even dated yet. As midnight approaches, Zeynep decides it's time to head home before her mother gets angry. Halfway there, she suddenly realizes she left her house key at the barbecue. When she goes back to retrieve it, Sinan shows up with the key in hand. Watching from a distance, Selin witnesses the very beginning of her parents' love story unfold right before her eyes.
Tanıştığıma çok memnun oldum Zeynep.
iyi geceler.
İyi geceler.
Zaten arabayı çıkmaya bozuyorum acaba ya.
After returning home, Selin can't stop thinking about how to get back to her own time. While searching for clues, she discovers her grandmother's old notebook filled with poems. She also tries to track down the mysterious drink she believes might send her back to the future. For some reason, every solution in this movie seems to start with a suspicious beverage. Fortunately, before she can experiment again, Zeynep's mother catches her in the act.
Uyku tutmadı. Meraktan baktım.
Kaynatayım da mis gibi içelim.
Bir şey mi gördün oğlanı?
The next morning, Zeynep invites Selin on a bike ride along the beach. During the ride, she admits how happy she is to have met Sinan. She also confesses that she's secretly taking music lessons and has already auditioned for a music conservatory. She asks Selin to keep it a secret because her mother wants her to become a lawyer instead. Her dream is to sing, but somehow she's the one memorizing legal codes.
Tamam. Söz. Hadi denize girelim.
Bir an var benim. Gitsin belki sonra.
On another day, Zeynep spends some quiet time alone with Sinan. She admits that she's afraid of growing up into someone who never truly gets to be happy. Sinan wants to confess his feelings, but before he can say a word, Zeynep suddenly runs off and dives into the ocean. Just like that, his perfect chance sinks without a trace.
Ben bir yerden tanıyor gibiyim seni ha. Neyse.
That evening, Kaan grows increasingly jealous after seeing how close the two have become. Meanwhile, Zeynep quietly confesses to Celine that she has already fallen in love with Sinan.
İlk defa böyle bir şey yaşıyorum ya. Çok tatlı.
The following morning, Zeynep meets Sinan again while practicing her singing on the beach. They spend more time together and their relationship continues to grow closer. At this point, they meet there so often that the beach might as well be their official dating spot. Back at home, Celine praises Zeynep's beautiful voice to her grandmother. However, Zeynep's mother insists that music should remain nothing more than a hobby. What truly matters to her is graduating from law school and becoming a lawyer. Happiness? That can wait.
Şarkıcı olup da mutlu olması.
Sağlam bassın, mutluluk zaten beraberinde gelir.
Ne diyorsun ya?
Zeynep'le Sinan'ı diyorum.
A few days later, Sinan gives Zeynep another driving lesson. When he steps away for a moment, she decides to drive the car by herself. At the same time, Kaan shows up out of jealousy and tries to stop her. Instead of ending peacefully, the situation turns into a car accident. His jealousy has officially reached the insurance claim level. Fortunately, Zeynep only suffers minor injuries and Sinan immediately stays by her side at the hospital.
Ağrın falan var mı yavrum?
Yok babacığım.
Anneciğim ne yaptınız ha, ne yaptınız? Evde konuşacağız seninle, evde konuşacağız Zeynep.
When Kaan arrives, Sinan doesn't waste a second before chasing him outside. Outside the hospital, Sinan confronts Kaan for nearly getting Zeynep hurt. Kaan argues that he only did it because he loved her, firmly tells him that what he did isn't love at all. It's selfishness that only put Zeynep in danger.
Defol git lan buradan. Şerefsiz.
After leaving the hospital, Zeynep hopes her parents will comfort and support her. Instead, she's scolded for going out with a man she barely knows, while her father simply tells her to go to her room. She was the one who got hurt, yet somehow she's still the one getting punished. The next day, Celine visits Zeynep, who has locked herself inside her room. Zeynep is heartbroken because she was nearly injured by Kaan's reckless actions, yet she's still the one being blamed. At that moment, Celine realizes that her mother's life isn't so different from her own in the future. Zeynep tries to explain everything to her mother, but once again, no one listens. Instead, she's forbidden from leaving the house. Her mother coldly tells her, "When you can earn your own money, then you can decide how to live your life." Celine even steps in to defend her, but she's ignored as well.
Dinledik.
Meanwhile, Sinan grows worried after not seeing Zeynep for days. So Celine secretly tracks him down and asks him to come visit Zeynep's house. That night, Zeynep quietly sneaks out to meet Sinan. They drive around together before stopping at a quiet spot.
Çok havalısın.
There, Zeynep notices a small keepsake of Sinan's with her name engraved on it. Turns out this guy had already fallen head over heels for her from the very beginning. The following day, Zeynep admits that she's ready to bury her dream of becoming a singer, just to fulfill her parents' wishes. But Celine encourages her not to give up, reminding her that living with lifelong regret is far worse than taking a chance on her dream.
Girmezsen, şansını denemezsen ömür boyu onun pişmanlığı sonra her şeyi beraber yoluna koyacağız.
Tamam. Bitireceğim. Seni de bırakıyorum. Çok özür dilerim.
Boş ver beni.
İyi ki yanımdasın.
In the end, Zeynep secretly travels to Istanbul with Sinan to take her conservatory entrance exam.
Zeynep gitti.
Nereye?
Ne?
The moment her mother finds out, she's furious and immediately tells her husband to go search for Zeynep. Selin then tries to calm Zeynep's mother down. She begs her to give Zeynep just one chance to pursue her dream. Selin even reads one of the poems from her mother's old notebook. Hearing those words, Zeynep's mother falls silent, remembering the dreams she herself had once abandoned. That night, Zeynep's mother opens her old poetry notebook once again. For the first time in many years, she allows herself to remember the dreams she had buried long ago.
Dünya bekler.
2 days later, Selin meets Zeynep again. Beaming with excitement, Zeynep reveals that she has passed the first stage of the conservatory entrance exam. Even so, she's still terrified of facing her mother after leaving home without permission.
Doğru olanı yaptın Zeynep. Annenin aranı şimdi düzeltmezsen...
Not long afterward, Zeynep's mother arrives. Expecting another harsh scolding, Zeynep braces herself for the worst. But this time, everything changes. Her mother finally supports her dream, realizing that Zeynep's happiness matters far more than forcing her to live someone else's dream. Now that's the kind of plot twist worth waiting for. That night, Selin feels that her mission in the past has finally come to an end. She picks up the mysterious stone once again, sits on the very same couch, drinks the exact same beverage, and recreates everything that happened on the night she first arrived. Thankfully, it works, because if it hadn't, Selin might have ended up becoming a permanent resident of the 1980s.
Oh be.
The miracle finally happens. Selin returns to the present day, throws away the mysterious stone, and rushes home to embrace her mother.
Senin başladığı yerde konuşmamız gerekiyordu. Gel.
For the first time, Selin tells Zeynep that she no longer wants to live the life someone else has planned for her. She wants to follow her own dream by enrolling in an art school, no matter what challenges lie ahead. Zeynep is stunned by her daughter's words.
Ben de denemek istiyorum.
Sen
When Selin shows her old photographs and the notebook from her youth, Zeynep can only stand there in silence, wondering how her daughter knows about a past she never shared with anyone.
annemin defteri.
Selin then asks whether her mother ever made it into the music conservatory. Zeynep admits that she was accepted, but eventually gave up because of fierce competition and the pressures of adult life. When an opportunity came to return to the legal profession, she chose the safer path instead. Sometimes it isn't your dreams that lose. It's the bills that win.
Devam eder miydin müziğe?
Hayır. Aa, saçmalama.
Zeynep also confesses that she once blamed her own mother, only to realize later that maybe her mother wasn't entirely wrong. After Selin was born, she came to understand that her daughter was the greatest gift life had ever given her.
Güzel şey sensin.
Hearing that, Selin repeats the very words she once heard from her grandmother. She tells her mother that all this time, they had simply wanted to be heard and understood. Realizing her mistake, Zeynep apologizes for unknowingly placing so much pressure on her daughter. In the end, Zeynep promises that she will always support whatever path Selin chooses, even if she fails or decides to live a completely different life. Because to a mother, standing by her child's side is far more important than forcing her own dreams onto them. Hearing those words, Selin promises that she will chase her dreams and make her mother proud.
Ne?
Hadi.
Not long afterward, Zeynep is given the chance to sing on a cafe stage once again, something she had left behind years ago. It's as if meeting Selin had reminded her of the young woman she used to be and the dreams she had almost forgotten.
Giderek acı vermez biten şey, biraz oluş başlar. Tutkulu aşk, deli gönlüm, söyle içinden boş ver gönlüm, giden.
The movie ends with a simple yet deeply meaningful message. Every parent was once a young person with dreams of their own. Sadly, the hardships of life sometimes bury those dreams, and without realizing it, they begin expecting their children to live them instead. In the end, family isn't about proving who's right. It's about listening, understanding, and supporting one another's choices. Because the dreams we never got to achieve should never become a reason to take away someone else's. The end.